It's finally time for the main event here in 2025. Away we go in Super Bowl 59. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
He's tackled at the
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the gun, it's Jackson. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Another Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
He'll buy some time right. This is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try to run with Dobbins. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
One more time with Dobbins. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line.
Jones, the ball carrier.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what 2nd down brings. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
Love going to give this one to Jones. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
J.K. Scott.
Here's J.K. Scott now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Watch out for Hill on the return. A solid 12-yard return after the 55-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
Their own 45-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down, and I think the ball's out. And the Packers pick it up. We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
now
out.
they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
6 at the Ravens' 41-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the the shotgun. A give to Jones. And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
The tackle by Justin.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On third down, here's Jones. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. Looking for his running back, and he's got it.
Jordan Love in
7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
Love from the gun on 3rd down. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. They'll run it with Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2nd down, Love. And his throw is incomplete. Josiah DeGuara, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And he didn't get it there. No, it's no good. Just shy of the crossbar. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that is not what you want to see from him on the big stage, obviously. And he's been so reliable all season long.
A big part of why they've gotten here to this game. But you have to wonder, will this haunt them later as the Super Bowl progresses?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll run. It's Dobbins. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
2nd and 9.
Now Jones. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. There as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Here's Hill on the return.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd.
From the gun, Jackson. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Justin Matabike there to bring him down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. And we're going to get a timeout.
3rd
with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, these two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight. Maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Working out of the gun. Love. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Well, they'll try the jet sweep here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. It's a quarterback sneak. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know they didn't get it, but I kind of like the call. 2nd and inches, go right to the quarterback sneak. Normally, that should be executed better, shouldn't it?
I'm going to disagree with you. I don't like the call.
You don't like that?
That's just because they didn't get it, though.
Oh, okay.
Hindsight's 20/20.
20/20 and never defeated.
And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Offensively, not what they wanted there,
there, but hey, you can kick the field goal here and take the lead.
Felt like a little bit of a statement stop, didn't it? You know, made a big play right there. Okay, guess what? Ball's in your court, guys. What are you going to do? Myself, I kick the field goal, get the 3, and take the lead.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. A former first-round pick, Marlon Humphrey, there to get a hand on it. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you, because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Flushed out right, incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
3rd quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10.
Throwing again, Jackson. He's got a first down past the 30, and he'll take this all the way up to the 38-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And going deep for Hill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 45-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that one incomplete. They tried to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kenny Clark, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked. On 3rd down, Jackson.
And that is incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the gun on 3rd down. Love. And he finds his man, Griffin. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. He's 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Again, it's Jones. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
He's tackled at the
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Packers on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Throw left side complete. That's Griffin. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Well, that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this Super Bowl has been as good as advertised. Probably one of the best that we've seen in recent memory. All even here in this 4th quarter. He'll run it, and he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Jackson now. Over the middle here to Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
The 37-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. 2 minutes left to go. This one surprisingly still scoreless.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
So it's Raven football here as we offensively after having and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
A bit of extra pressure now for this one on Joey Slye.
This for the lead in the final stages. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And still nothing on the scoreboard. It remains a scoreless tie.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Taken down.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On play action. Love to throw. On the crossing route, complete. It's Griffin.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Love going to give this one to Jones.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
2nd and 11 now.
They'll go again to Jones. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and
the rain compounding issues here for a possible field goal try. They'd love to obviously get closer, even pick up the first down if they can. It's 3rd down. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. This undoubtedly the biggest kick of his life. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and that changes everything here in OT. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
He was taken down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On second down, it's Jones. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. They've had some success here in overtime of this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to him.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
4-yard line.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards, a first down.
I actually love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They'll run it with Jones. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
A 53-yard attempt.
And he's gonna miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and that changes everything here in OT. And it's hard to hold a kick from this distance against him, but that is now 3 misses for him in the game so far.
3! And you wonder where his head's at right now. Kickers are a funny breed, but I have a feeling he'd love to see a 29-yarder next time to get him back in the groove.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now what can Jackson do here in overtime? And that is incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you can almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Ravens send their punter out now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
3rd and 4.
Love from the gun. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's going to have a Packers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down.
22-yard line.
Play fake. Here's Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here. A first down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up. But in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
With the score, still time.
Here's J.K. Scott now. And in double overtime, this needs to be a good one. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored. That's your ball game.
Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let a team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Now Jackson. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard strike. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt them deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's got his man on the crossing route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His 2nd catch in the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down. This is Jones pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
From the gun, Love. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll run it with Jones. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Another run here with Dobbins. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. 2 minutes to go in overtime. We will keep playing if we need to. We are all tied up. They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
4th down.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
And 6.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun. Love got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. First down, going to the air with Love. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And with just 9 seconds left in overtime, we get whistles and a timeout.
And at the 48-yard line.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. from the shotgun to give to Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get it as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Tackle made right at midfield. That's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 12.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And now it's 2nd down. To throw again. Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
Jackson on 3rd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
Oh, that was never on target. It's no good. Wide to the right, and we will play on here in overtime.
So it's his second missed field goal here. That wouldn't have ended the game, but it would have given him a leg up in OT.
And that's got to invigorate this defense. They did their part. Now it's time for their offense to put together a drive and seal the deal.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, Love.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there and a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. Nice pickup for a first down.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
Third and 2. Love with it. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Love. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Griffin. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A lot of efficiency here on this drive. Heck, this may be their best drive of the game.
If they'd moved it like this throughout the entire game, we probably wouldn't be here in overtime. But right now, what you just said was the key word, efficiency. Taking care of the ball, move it downfield, get themselves in a position to score, and win this game.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now Pollard.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackled that time by Sidney Jones.
You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Taken down back at
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Lombardi Trophy is going back home. The Green Bay Packers are your Super Bowl champions. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. The accomplishment, forever.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.